Cygnus is a constellation in the northern sky. Found at the centre of the Milky Way, it is the 16th largest constellation in the sky. It has 10 stars with known planets and has 2 Messier objects. Its brightest star is the blue-white supergiant Deneb. Cygnus is the Latinized Greek word for swan. The swan is associated with the Greek goddess Aphrodite and is sacred to the Hindu goddess Saraswati. In Celtic mythology, the goddess Bridget, celebrated at Imbolc, is associated with swans also. Indeed, many ancient cultures worldwide have swan myths and legends, the swan often being hailed as a psychopomp, a guider of souls to the place of the dead, and the constellation of Cygnus was universally associated with cosmic life and death. Cygnus occupied the position of the northern celestial pole from 16,000 years BCE to 13,000 years BCE. In this video, I'm going to concentrate on the Neolithic connections with the Cygnus constellation and swans. To ancient peoples, swans were associated with healing, growth and fertility. They had mastered the land, the air and the water, so their reverence comes as no surprise. The Druids believed that the swan helped to aid the passage of souls to the other world, and swans were sacred to the bards, the keepers of traditions, their feathers being used to make the collar part of their ceremonial cloaks. The importance of the swan in ancient cultures, the importance of the Cygnus constellation, appears to have been reflected in stone circle monuments and other structures. At Newgrange Passage Tomb in Ireland, the ground plans of the chamber are shaped like the Cygnus constellation. Some 15 kilometres southeast of Newgrange is a smaller Neolithic mound named Fornox. This mound lies directly on the path of the winter solstice azimuth from Newgrange, so it would appear that Fornox was positioned to form an alignment with Newgrange and the winter solstice. When researchers used a computer program to view the sky at the time of the Newgrange and Fornox constructions, one star dominated, Deneb, the tail star of Cygnus. Deneb skimmed the horizon due north, then rose up slowly again, passing through the Neolithic sky window. It was visible to an observer in the end recess of the chamber of Fornox. This was something that only happened during that time, and due to precession doesn't happen anymore. It was clear then that Cygnus was a target of the Fornox construction. Avebury, southwest England, a Neolithic henge monument consisting of 3 stone circles. It contains the largest stone circle in the world. Avebury's only recorded example of rock carving is that of a long neck, head and beak of a bird. The central axis of Avebury was aligned to the setting of Deneb. Around 3300 BCE, the Milky Way would have been level with and visible around the whole horizon of Avebury each winter, making it seem like the centre of the universe. Wayland's Smithy, some 25 miles from Avebury, is a Neolithic long barrow and chamber tomb in South Oxfordshire, England. It is supposedly named after Wayland, who was an Anglo-Saxon god of metalworking. What it was named prior to this, who knows? In legend, Wayland wears the feathers of a swan to achieve magical flight, and his wife was a shape-shifting swan maiden who carried the souls of the dead to their final resting place. Of course, this legend postdates the construction by around 4,000 years, but does tie in perfectly with more ancient culture legends, such as that of Bridget and her connection with swans. Bridget is also the goddess of smithcraft and the governor of the forge. Wayland's Smithy is aligned to Deneb. The faces of the large stones at the end of the transepts are placed so as to parallel the sides of the mound, and so would have aligned on Deneb before the mound covered them. The Callanish stones on the Isle of Lewis, Scotland. The northern avenue of stones points towards a distant hill in the north-northeast, and it can be shown that this alignment targets the point in the sky where in 3000 years BCE Cedar was placed. The star climbed high enough to return to life after having faded out as it crossed the meridian from left to right. Giants Hill Long Barrow 2 at Scandalby in Lincolnshire. An observer in the front ditch, looking over the facade in a direction originally marked with 4 stakes, would see the setting of Deneb. And it's not just sites in the UK that have this alignment with Cygnus and its stars. The Karahung stone circle in Armenia, its principal stellar alignment is towards Deneb. There is a large amount of Neolithic rock carvings that show swans. In Jonathan's Cave in Fife, Scotland, there is a swan, and swan images are the most common symbols on the Neolithic eastern shore of Lake Onega in northwest Russia. Alta and Leknes, both in Norway, have a large variety of prehistoric rock art comprising both carvings and paintings, including those of swans. In the Angara Valley in Siberia, small pendants made from mammoth ivory depicting stylized flying swans were discovered. These date to 13,000 years BCE. The Sculptor's Cave at Koop on the Moray Firth in Scotland, a Bronze Age swan's neck pin was found. A late Mesolithic burial of a woman and a baby at Vedbak in Denmark had the baby lying on a swan's wing. So which came first, the celebration of the swan or the observation of Cygnus? Whichever it is, the legends endured. Could it be the case, given the swan's association with being a spiritual guider of souls, that angels developed from this concept? As to Cygnus, reoccurring heavenly cycles would have given stability to the life of ancient humans. They didn't build their sites to track the stars. They built them so they could track their lives on Earth.